expand their business.
Where we take our individual fires
and put them together and make one big fire.
This is the Honey Badger Nation.
Oh, man. That is a great intro. That's incredible.
Hi. I am here with Gil Ramos. He has been a mentor, coach, team lead, I guess anything and everything you can think of. He has been part of my life in the last 15 years or so.
Yeah.
And I just want to introduce him. He is a coach that loves helping agents to grow their business, balance their life while creating long-term prosperity.
That's a heck of an intro. Did you make that up? Made me sound really good. No, what I really love doing, honestly, is like I just like making money with friends, and I've been a broker, I've been a team leader, I've been an agent, I've gone through it all, and what I find that really fulfills me is I just like helping other agents find financial freedom, and hopefully, they'll invite me to their realtor retirement party once they, figured everything out and they built up the assets, and we can all celebrate together, because that's what this business was supposed to be about, right? It's about collaborating with other agents, just like we did. You did. Actually, come to think of it, I think you and I did a deal back in 2011 or 2012 or something like that. It was
one of those years, yes, early years.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business since 2004.
2004. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And I think I met with you 2011. So it's been a while.
Yeah. That's I think we were doing a deal over on some kind of condo or something like that over in Maitland or something like that. Amazingly enough, I think the price of that was like $60,000 or $70,000. I was telling my buyer, it's too much money. Don't do it.
Now that condo is 300.
Yeah, times have changed. Hopefully the agents right now are realizing that, times are changing for them, right? The real estate market, the world, everything's changing. So, you've got to evolve as well. And hopefully they're taking, 2022 as a year to really learn the business and really grow and make sure that they understand, financing might be an issue. The deals maybe get a little tougher to sell as, we start getting some more inventory potentially in the market this year. And they just really just make this be a professional. I think we're going to see, a shift somewhere in the market, whether it's this year, this month, or, maybe, at the end of the year. And, it'll probably require agents to really understand their craft and become an expert. That just happens by just connecting with people. This is like, I think that, most people try to overcomplicate this business, but, for the last, 100 years, people have been buying houses and selling houses for the same reasons, right? I love you. I hate you. All right. I mean, those are my two favorites. I make a lot of money on both of those by helping people who fall in love find a new home, helping people who fall out of love buy two homes, right?
That's right.
People get a new job, they lose money, they have a new baby, somebody passes away. Like, those are all the signals. They're so easy. It's kind of like watching The Matrix. You can watch The Matrix and you can say, oh, that person's going to buy a house. Oh, that person's yelling at their wife on their front lawn. They're going to be needing two more houses soon, right? So if you just pay attention and you connect with people and you're intentional about helping them get their goals and their dreams, guess what? You're going to get paid. And it's been an incredible business. I recommend it for just anybody who has a servant heart.
That's great. Let me ask you something, because we do have a lot of brand new agents on the market right now. And if you go back time as you were a brand new agent and you know what you know now, what would you recommend them?
Oh, man. Well, first off, listen, I was just telling somebody the other day, because they're like, oh, Gil, you do all this business and stuff like that. And it goes, sometimes you'd be a little bit intimidating. I was like, look, you know what? I failed the real estate license 3 times. My first year in business, I did one deal, and I started the year in February, and I went through all the trainings and coaching and stuff like that. And I hired people, and all I did was train in the beginning. Right. And I would tell people right now, you got to take some action right now. So like right now, a few feet from where I'm at right now, we have Inspiration Hall, we're having a boot camp. There's 40 some odd agents in there. They've been in real estate for 2 days, and 3 of those 40 agents are already pending with a deal. right? Like it
Wow.
doesn't take, 3 months or 6 years to get your business going. It just takes connecting with a human being and finding out what their goals are, right? I always say, if you meet somebody and they own a home, they're a seller. If they don't own a home, it's a buyer. It's a simple business. There's a lot of guys out there charging thousands and thousands of dollars for coaching, and they're trying to overcomplicate it to make themselves sound good, but it's really simple. Just go meet some people.
Get
So
out there.
what I would tell myself right there is get yourself into a position to be in front of a client, which everybody's a client. Everybody's a client. They're the buyer or seller. They own a home, they're a seller. Again, they don't own a home, they're a buyer. Everybody's client, and just start being curious. I always say curious people make more money, right? So, if you can get somebody in a position where you can just say, hey, just curiosity. You live nearby? Do you love it? You'll start a conversation. Just curious. For the right price, would you consider selling your home? Heck, some people for the right price, they'd give you the dog. So what I would tell people is don't be afraid to meet people. This is a people business, right? And then the second thing I wish I would have done is just take some action, right? Like, don't be afraid. The contract's fill in the blank. Come on, really. Couldn't be any easier, right? But you got to be a human. Be outside. Go meet some people. Ask some questions. And I get it. I talk about it sometimes. Like my grandmother and my mom, they were like, don't get in everybody's business. Look, Mom, everybody's my business, right? My job is to find out what's going on in the neighborhood, right? So like there's some value in, first off, meeting people, talking to people, asking questions, and helping them reach their goals. So take action. That's what I would tell myself. I could have saved myself a lot of heartache if I would have just trusted myself and having faith that, I'm a human, they're a human. All I'm trying to do is help them get more. And if you have the right desire in your heart and you have the right motive, you're gonna figure something out. Work with your coach, work with your mentor. Somebody will help you with that deal, right? Don't be afraid to give up a little bit to get more, right? So the big thing is just get that thing moving, get your business going, get more opportunities. Don't go out there, get your credit card out there and buy some leads if you have to, but like get your business going, open the doors, put the light on, and start selling.
Okay, let me be a little nosy then right now. You have made a big change this last year in your business. Do you want to tell us about it?
So listen, I made a lot of changes in my business. Thankfully, my business has gotten to a point where I'll give you this example. Some people don't want to grow their business because they're afraid that, hey, the more I grow my business, the more headaches there is, right? And I realized that where my business was before, and I owned a brokerage, and that was one of the national chains, and things were going good, and we had 100 agents, but we weren't never really going to grow much bigger than that. We had a lot of obstacles in the way, and
you were number one all the time. It was getting boring, huh?
Well, I mean, I hate to admit it, but yeah, it was kind of getting boring, right? So the reality is that when you're number one, the only fear is you don't want to be number two, right? So I was thinking, I was like, man, how do I help my agents grow? Because my big thing is I want to make money. I want people around me to make money. So how can I help them? And I was looking around. I was like, there's a lot of tools and resources, and everybody's got wants your credit card number. And I just couldn't give my agents some of the tools and resources I know they wanted. So I looked at a model, and it's called EXP. It's no secret. We've been here for 3 years, and we moved our 100 agents over, and now we have about 1,900 agents worldwide. And we're offering them healthcare, and we're offering them ownership in the company. We're offering them leads and CRMs and systems. We're offering them revenue share, which was only allowed for brokers back then, right? So brokers got rev share from all the agents. Now the agents can get that. And what's great about that is we've seen agents double, triple, 10 times their business in a very short period of time. We're watching agents grow faster because what we're doing is we eliminated some of the obstacles that brokers specifically put in place to stop agents from growing too fast. Because if an agent grows too fast, guess what? Well, they might be a broker, right? Now they're competition. So, when there's an agent, for the first time, there's an agent-owned company, we don't have those barriers, and it allows agents to kind of get on that treadmill at high speed and just run, right? So like I said, agents in their second day of their business, imagine that. These kids are going to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in commission in their first month of being in real estate. Now, that's not practical. And like I said, 37 of the agents don't have that, but today's another day. Maybe another one will get a deal. And that's only going to happen if we give them the leads, we give them the opportunity, we give them the training, we match them with a certified mentor, somebody who's a 7 or 8 figure producer, right? Somebody who's a winner already. And we just give them the opportunity to take a swing. You cannot hit a home run if you don't take your bat and swing. And you know what? I was terrible at baseball. But once in a while, the bat accidentally hit the ball and I made it to base, right? So you take the swing, you believe in yourself, and you see what happens.
That's wonderful. Um, did you, do you, I guess I'm trying to word this EXP question correctly. Before the EXP, but you pretty much explained as a broker, I guess you felt stuck at some points because you couldn't do as much for your agents.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think if there's a broker out there who cares for their agent and they can honestly say, hey, I don't want to give my agents all these tools and resources. I don't want to make it so my agents can have exponential growth. I don't want my agents to have healthcare. I don't want my agents to have revenue share like me. I don't want my agents to have an asset, right? Like, I'll look any broker in this country and in their eyes and say, well, then you don't care about your agents, right? If you don't want your agents to have the most, I mean, we take a responsibility with the agents that you put on your license to help them grow. They're looking for growth. That's why they put their license with you, because they're hoping for you to be a mentor and coach them and help validate their goals, right? And make them real for them. So, if you're a broker out there and you're looking at the EXP model and you don't get it, like I would say, I was like, okay, well, we'd be happy to explain it to you. But the truth of the matter is, all I got to know about you is, do you want more? And do your agents want more? If you say yes to any one of those two questions, guess what? This is the right model for you. So I'd love to talk to you about it. But I can tell you, for my family, and I've got 6 kids. My wife was an attorney, and she hated her job. She just retired. She's no longer has a law firm because the residual income is paid more than that law firm ever paid out, and we're super proud of that, right? I mean, tonight we're going out for sushi, or we got. We're taking a team out to watch the Magic game, beat the Detroit Pistons, hopefully. Probably not. Probably not. We're pretty bad. But, just having great times. Probably for the first time in real estate, I wake up in the morning smiling. I go to bed smiling. I mean, it's really changed the industry. We're helping more families find financial freedom. We're helping more families, navigate their future. And it's just been, I don't think I've had this much fun in my entire real estate career. We just joined the EXP 3 years ago.
Yes, and I do see you having the fun, and I see you even with brand new agents, not just training them and coaching them in real estate as a agent, but I watch you teach them how to start to be investors.
Yeah. Yep.
So a lot of the realtors have to get into their own investments, and I see you holding their hands and helping with that. So
yeah, I mean, I've helped many agents who come up to me and say, hey, Gil, I'm looking to get I want to become an investor. Great. Find a deal. I might do a deal with you, or somebody else in the office might do a deal with you. In our back room, you'd be surprised. We've got 40 agents up there. I'd say 10 or 12 of them are experienced agents from other brands, from KW, from Coldwell Banker, from Sotheby's, brands that are out there. We're not just attracting brand new agents. We're attracting experienced agents who know the value of ownership, right? If you're going to sell cars, but if you're going to sell cars here and here you can be the owner, right? It's like, why wouldn't you? In fact, it might be irresponsible for you not to choose that, because you'd be holding your family back, right? From not having the opportunity to do the same thing that you're already doing, but have all the upside. And, I feel like every single day I'm on a crusade to help agents kind of, realize that they're the brand, right? It's not about EXP or anybody else. It's about you. And, one of the things that we preach, like you mentioned, is that, this 2022 is the rise of the real estate entrepreneur. In 2022, we're gonna help agents get to a new level, right? We're going to improve the consumer experience. We're going to improve the agent experience, and we're going to help agents not just build income, because anybody can build income, but build wealth through real estate, through stocks, whatever their taste is. But by helping them, show them how to save, bringing in a financial advisors, bringing in the right people to right coaching, rather than just ABCs at real. I hate when I go to a brokerage and I hear them always be closing. Dude, that's just so like 1970s and 80s, right? The agent today needs more. And you know what the reality is like, I'm glad there's a lot of new agents back there, because I think it's Tom Ferry that said that 70% of the agents in the next 5 years will be done by agents who aren't even licensed yet. So like, what tools and resources will they need, right? You need to be with a cutting edge company. You can't be with a mom and pop company anymore. I mean, the reality is, I actually met with a broker last week, and she's like, and she's coming on board. She's like, it's almost unfair. And I get it. It is kind of unfair. It's the model's flipped over. It's not the same as it used to be, where the broker had all the control. Heck, the consumer has more control than they ever had before. So the agent today and the consumer today is more savvy. They need better tools, more efficient tools to get to the closing table. It hasn't got, some of those processes haven't got easier, but with the systems that EXP offers the agents, it makes them faster, smarter, and more prepared for the changes that are happening in the future.
Agents and brokers.
Yep.
some of those brokers stressing out could wake up with a smile, right?
Mhm. Yeah, for sure. Be happy to help them.
I'm sure.
I'll be honest with you. To be very frank, if I was really, really honest, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever said this on the thing. It's like being a broker kind of sucked. I mean, there was a lot of cool things I loved. I loved helping. I was very passionate about helping agents, but I was never passionate about 1099s and like compliance and HR and all those stuff like that. It was like those are things I had to do, but I didn't get excited. Oh man, this month we're going to be doing. I got to worry about payroll. Like now I have 1,200 admins in the world at EXP that are helping myself as well all the other agents, 75,000 agents.
You don't have to do 1099s this month.
Yeah, I would be like, you wouldn't see me right now. I probably would be hiding because it's so stressful, right? And no broker comes in and gets excited about that. And the more business you do, the more 1099s you got to do, right? So the reality is that I've never been happier about a decision I've ever made in my life, being able to move my business inside this model and keep doing the same things I do. By the way, I still have the same staff, the same office, same desk, same chair, same training rooms. Nothing changed. All we did was add on another power tool to our business, which helped our agents grow. And if you're a broker out there and you're wondering why we moved the EXP model, and I'd invite you to just come, be curious. Let's ask some questions. Let's answer some questions because you really care about your agents. This is to me the only decision you can make.
Yeah, it is. I think so. It's been fun since I have joined you. You were talking about coaching and trainings and all that. What kind of coaching and training are you receiving right now?
It's funny. I'm glad you mentioned just before I came on there, I was looking at, I'll give you an example. So your video that you've got on there was done by a member of the Honey Badger Nation, right? You have Jay Kinder, you have Veronica Figueroa, you had Albie Stasek on there. You had some big winners and players. And I mastermind with these people all the time, right? These people would never open their playbooks. I mean, I never why would a Remax broker open up the playbook to an exit broker, right? But now they're my partner. We're owners. When they do well, we do well, right? It's a collaboration, the way the business should have been from the beginning, but never was, right? This collaboration has never been seen before. We've got people on who are independent brokers who come on and bring their team on there because they realize there's better tools. You got, franchisees who come in and they realize that, there's some freedom with all the tools, right? So rather than some chains. So I'm going to tell you, I can't stress it enough. I mean, it's something that if you've been looking at it before and you've been thinking about it, you got to look deeper, right? You got to talk to somebody. I always tell people, it's like, hey, how would you like to hear about EXP from somebody who's actually winning at EXP, right? If you wanted to learn about, I don't know, Tesla, you wouldn't go to the Ford dealership, would you? I mean, I don't know if Ford would have oh man, you should Teslas are awesome. No, right? So a lot of agents are being educated by agents that are, at their own brokerage. It's like, they're like, oh, what do you think about the XP thing? It's like, oh, they're going to say good things or bad things, right? But if you learn from somebody who actually wins at it, who takes advantage of the tools and the resources, I think you probably get a really good idea of how to craft your business so you can retire. And that's the other thing. I don't think we talk about that enough. I think agents should be able to retire in less than 10 years if they want to, right? You don't have to. But wouldn't it be great to be able to have that income and the wealth to be able to do so?
To be able to do so, because otherwise we don't have anything. I mean,
right. And I've worked at a lot of different models, and I never once had the broker pull me in and say, hey, Gil, I'm really concerned. I want to make sure that you're on track for retirement. It's like, what's your plan? Right. By the way, here is a plan. Let me show you my proven repeatable system so you can start building some wealth too. By the way, you think the broker's doing that? You better believe it. Right. You better believe it. Every broker I've ever known had, a financial plan for them, but they weren't sharing that with the agents. And I just think that was unfair. And that's the way it was for the last 100 years, but it will not be the way it is for the next 100 years because of EXP.
We have 63,000 now, right?
I believe that would be correction. I think we're 75,000.
Oh, 75. I'm sorry. I meant 73. So last time I saw it was 73. Now 75,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're continuing to grow. EXP is not much of a secret anymore. It's just it's a vehicle to do the things you're already doing. You're still going to go out there and go after for sale by owner. You're still going to go out there help with the buyer. Still going to out there work your sphere, but now you just have more tools and resources.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask this question just because I get feedback from a lot of agents going, "Oh, EXP, you don't really sell real estate."
I did 370 transactions last year, something like that. I think Veronica did something like, I don't know, 2,000 transactions last year. This office that I'm in right now, I think we did, I don't know, I think we did 130 transactions last month. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to them that we still
How
do
about
it.
this? I heard this stat. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I've heard this stat. I don't know 100% true, but if it's not true, it's pretty damn close. Out of the 50 states, 47 states have the number one or number two agent in the state is an EXP agent, right? Why would that happen? Why would so many of these top performers, the number one brokerage, the number one agent, the number one teams move over into EXP, right? You have to question yourself and ask yourself, it's like, is this worth looking at? If not for me, but for my family, right?
Yes. Thank you for taking time and talking to us, Gil. Is there anything else you wanted to add today?
I love your tagline, "One Big Fire," where agents grow and collaborate together. I mean, yeah, I think that, for years and years and years, if you wanted to grow, you had to go to like a Tom Ferry event, and those things are great. Or I used to go to NAEA all the time and stuff like that. But like being able to be in your own backyard and go to another agent who's already winning, and know that they have a mutual beneficial relationship with you to help you win because they're a stock owner as well. I mean, that just changes the game. I mean, it just opens up, and it helps us because we're no longer just hiding our best stuff. We can really just kind of just share and say, hey, listen, this is what's winning for me. This is what's working. This is how I help. Hey, by the way, here's this technology I'm using, like BombBomb, or this incredible service you're using by Stream. How many agents would love to learn from you, Deedham? Like, how do you use StreamYard, right? How did you do this awesome like live presentation? So like, how did you get this cool background? How did you have that cool video in the beginning, right? It no longer has to be a secret. We can help each other out. I think that's incredible.
I just texted you yesterday with a question. So
Yeah.
and I got my answer.
Yeah. So like, growth is happening. And Deedham, I think that you are an incredible heart, and you've been an incredible agent over the years, and you've touched, tons of people and helped them grow. And, I don't know who you put in that condo that we got to meet each other that first time, but they were blessed to have you as an agent because you were pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gil. I appreciate you coming out and having time to talk to us.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Wonderful. Thank you. You have a great evening. Enjoy your sushi tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Family.
All right, Mama. I'll see you soon.
Take care.
She's probably watching.